Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, where we are continuing on in the fifth case of the game, Turnabout Ablaze. We are at the beginning of the end. Alright, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it is right here in this very room. Alright, now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. I mean, they're showing you exactly the area of the office that's necessary, so that helps. So what else would have the strength and the motion necessary? It would be the ceiling fan. Huh! Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again.
The last piece to the trick are two pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. Oh, what? Lang, what the frick, dude? Is he literally like turning into a wolf before our very eyes? This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it out. Figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big shot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both Alabastian and Bobbely's offices, and that the passion flower's support sticks could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here in this case will explode into an international incident. Yeah, it's a dangerous situation for us. However, it's already too late for me to stop forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. I think this is what was used to kill that guy. So, it might have fingerprints of the... Did they say that it had fingerprints? Possibly, right? I think so. There was like a handprint. And this is it. No? Dang it, Binks. Where's my real dessert? How long do you intend to keep it from me? This is what happens when I don't remember everything. That piece of evidence isn't satisfying at all. Ugh, then stop being so picky with your food. It ain't the pudding that he asked for last episode. Okay, hold on. Person who concocted the trick. Sorry. I should already have the piece of evidence that shows who that is. I just have to present it. Which one? I don't... no matter what the cost. The only other thing... I mean, he already talked about it. That's why I didn't present it. I'm thinking the passion flowers. The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big. that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows excuse me, when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officers had ceiling fans tells us that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Kirkus Alba. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Are you out of your mind, Miss Edgeworth?
I am certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. Oh, so this is when we get to examine this, because we weren't able to before. Okay, sorry, I jumped the gun earlier. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. Yes, because Babal wanted the real statue, which is why Manny Cochin would have wanted the swap to happen. But why would he want the swap to happen, you know? However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Prima Doc statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primadox himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. Oh, snap. He's quiet. Alright. Oh, there's the handprint that I thought was going to be important. Oh, it's Mr. Cochin's. I forgot. Okay. Stupid things. These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests that this statue once belonged to Babal.
So it was smuggled from Babal to Alamast, huh?
Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in? Anything else? Oh. Here we go. A shield, huh? There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it.
I bet it's supposed to mean that the guy's protecting something.
I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it.
In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look at some other area.
Okay. Is there nothing else we can look at? With his sword drawn like that, there is an aura of valor and bravery around King Primadox.
He looks so cool standing like that with a sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose with a shuriken or something.
I'm seriously beginning to think that her real goal in life is to become a ninja. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right? No, not really. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now. The head.
Huh, this guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador?
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction.
What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles.
Alright, here goes.
Oh. Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required.
What's this?
What in the... is this?
Hey, is this what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit beers.
Somehow it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabas to begin with.
Alright. Nice.
The prima doc statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damas II.
He looks really wide, like he has a belly, right? So is this Damas II like a portly fellow? Because I don't think the other Damask looked like that. Maybe it's just the coat or whatever. It's just making it look like he's round. But hey, if he's round, it's fine with me. I don't care.
Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damas II and...
That old man killed that guy.
Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Elba?
You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My country is a mess. And it's all because of you?
You're the one who killed the Master Second.
Answer us.
I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Gochin. Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. If there is one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Elba. It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and is the result of logic and investigation. Not mine, it's actually Edgeworth's, but whatever. Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Van Garma. I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you? Called out.
Called out. Well, you've been known for arresting people left and right. I seem to recall in a previous episode you wanted to arrest a baby. Okay, that was my joke, but still.
It looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What?
Oh, that was a new expression for him. Agent Lang, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did? You sure you're not just saying this now?
No, I totally knew. I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious.
So, normally I'd be like, oh, it's BS, you're pretending that you knew the whole time, but actually I really do believe Lang, because in that moment when he showed up and he saw that we were gonna get stopped from continuing the investigation, we saw him pause for a moment, like he was really thinking, and in that moment he was probably like, how can I convince Alba to let us continue investigating? That's why he was like, oh, quick, let me point the finger at Franziska. Which was pretty smart of him. I mean, seemed kind of ridiculous at the time, but he did what he had to do, you know?
But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around.
Oh, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Franziska of the murder. I'm impressed, Lang. Using Franziska as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights.
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around.
So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. I thank you.
Aw, they're grateful. It's cute. Ship it. Stop it. He's supposed to be with Phoenix, but I have to admit, they look so cute together. Side by side. Like, that's a really cute pairing. Lang is so manly. Arr. I'm sorry. Stop it, Biggs. The Yowie. The Yowie, no.
You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof... by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic.
Yeah, special brand. Like, Edgeworth Logic has a TM after it. Edgeworth Logic.
The evidence detectives collect, combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right?
I don't know about all that, but one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him. Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? Huh. Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. I'd be a foolish fool.
Hey, don't steal my thing.
If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence.
Different music.
I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
Does it make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
What the? I'm confused.
He's really got us. He confused us all. He's turned the entire situation around against us by just repeating the thing over and over.
Doesn't make sense. The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open?
Okay. The Edgeworth,
The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence.
oh, Von Karma, I wasn't expecting you. Holy crap.
Needless to say, we Van Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time.
I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma, and I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law, and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice is one I must make by my own hand here and now.
I mean, you're not in court right now, so I don't see what's the problem with using the trump card. Only problem will be once you actually get to the court, but for now, just to get him to court, I think we might have to use it.
There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this.
Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you presented.
The prey the Yatagarossi has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free rein for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now's the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
Alright. But we will be doing that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye bye.